So let me ask you a question. In any program you can put in, there are always some winners and some losers, right?
Right.
And that's true in education, that's true in healthcare, and I assure you it's true with regard to drug policy. So what people don't focus on is, who's winning today with regard to this policy of drug prohibition?
Cartel.
Who's winning
Cartel.
today? 6 groups. You've already mentioned a couple. The first group clearly that's winning are the Mexican drug cartels or other big-time dealers. They're making hundreds of millions of dollars every year, tax-free, by the way, and they're laughing at us. Nobody in law enforcement will look you in the eye and tell you that we seize more than 10% of the illegal drugs in our society. Nobody.
Wow.
And in fact, the more candid ones will tell you the truth, which is it's about 5%.
Wow.
So for every ton of marijuana or cocaine or whatever that we seize, understand that is not a victory. That is a symbol of the depth of the problem, because for every ton we seize, we easily fail to seize somewhere between 10 and 15 tons. And now you're beginning to understand the problem.
Wow.
So the big-time drug cartels are winning. Number 2 group that are winning are the juvenile gangs all around our country. The major source of income for every juvenile gang you can think of is what? The sale of illegal drugs. They are using it as a recruiting tool for our children. Hey, come on, join us. You too can be part of the action. Why? Because of the money, folks. I've seen this in juvenile court, up, down, and sideways, and it makes you weep. People realize, you know, in the barrios, the inner cities, or whatever else, okay, there are really only so many Kobe Bryants, Michael Jordans, etc. I'd love to be in the NFL, the NBA, whatever, but basically they realize it isn't going to happen. So the message is, come and sell illegal drugs. You can never make as much money on anything as you can by selling illegal drugs. And you don't think our kids are listening? It's just an awful thing to see. The third group of people that are winning are those involved in law enforcement that make big money fighting against the first 2 groups. You know, that's the way it is. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not blaming law enforcement and saying you failed us. Not at all. They're getting longer prison sentences, more convictions, bigger seizures than ever before. It's a dangerous job. They're doing it far better than we really have a right to expect. Nevertheless, they're winning. Their fiefdoms, their power continues to grow. 5th group of people that are winning are those in the fourth group of... Thank you. Doggone it anyway. You know, I can't get away with anything. People listen when I talk. The 4th group of people that are winning are the politicians. The people that get elected and re-elected by talking tough with regard to the war on drugs. Not smart, just tough. And you know, it really lends itself to sound bites. Steve, I've been talking about this for 19 years. I still don't have really good sound bites for us. I just can't do it. But if I'm on the other side, I'm running for whatever office. You give me 5 seconds and I'll show you how tough I can be. Ready? Go. Vote for Gray. I will put those drug dealers in prison and save our children. Vote for Gray. It doesn't work. But you've heard something like that for time immemorial. And it gets them elected and re-elected. Of course, whose fault is that? It's ours. Shame on us. But come out with something that works. You know, drug treatment, education, jobs, individual responsibility. But that doesn't lend itself to a soundbite. So politicians are winning. Now, the 5th group are those in the private sector that make money because of increased crime. Who might that be? The people that build prisons, enormously lucrative thing to do. People that staff prisons. What is the strongest political lobby group we have in the state of California today? It is Prison Guards Union. Okay, thank you very much. They're thriving. They're doing wonderfully well. 3 strikes, all that sort of stuff. They love it. Prop 66, remember, you know, to make the 3rd strike a felony of all things? No, you know, Prison Guards Union was against that and everything else. So they're winning. People that sell burglar alarm equipment, security services, they're winning. And now, the 6th group. This is a tough one. I love my country. You love our country. September 11th, 2001 will change our country basically for the rest of my lifetime. It's the ask yourself, what is the major source of funding for every terrorist organization around the world? And it is sale of illegal drugs.
Right. Right.
There will always be bad people in this world that are radicals, that are extremists, that want to do bad things to good people. But believe me, they will be far less successful if they don't have their funding.
Yes.
Drug prohibition is the golden goose of terrorism.
Yeah.
And if we cared about fighting terrorism, no, we have to take off our shoes, getting on airplanes, the rest of that, it infuriates me, but never, because it doesn't matter. But nonetheless, if we really cared, we would take away their funding. And the way you do that is repeal drug prohibition.